Oi, lads, you want those lovely ladies to start giving you the time of day? Well, buckle up, because we ain't talking about that tired, old routine of acting like a wanker and treating them like rubbish. Trust me, those days are long gone, mates. You ever wonder why some birds are so smitten by a bloke they'd bend over backwards for him, while others get treated like yesterday's leftovers? What's the bloody secret then? Today, we're gonna separate the men from the boys, and I'll be dishing out 4 top-notch, grade-A things that'll really get women's engines revving. And fair warning, lads, this little chat we're having might not be quite like that mind-numbing article you scrolled past on your phone last week during your lunch break. So, enough with the small talk, and let's dive into the good stuff, shall we? 1. Dominance. Listen up, lads. A bloke who tucks his tail between his legs and quivers at the mere sight of a lady ain't got a snowball's chance in hell of being attractive. Hate to burst your bubble, but that's the cold, hard truth. You see, birds are drawn to fellas who can show a bit of dominance. Get your mind out of the gutter. I'm not talking about being dominant while shagging her senseless. No, I mean dominance in other aspects of this glorious existence. You've probably watched your fair share of action flicks and noticed that scientists always seem to stumble upon some new discovery. Well, a bunch of lab coat wearing geniuses decided to poke around and study what makes women tick. Turns out, ladies have done their homework and prefer a bloke who's dominant, especially between the sheets, compared to a bloke who's all shacking and quacking. In short, they fancy a man who can hold his own in the bedroom and beyond. Nowadays, gents feel compelled to discuss every blatant detail with their birds. Sure, there's merit to being open and communicative, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's a blatant travesty when a bloke can't even decide what to stuff in his gob. Here's the deal. Women don't want to make every bloody decision themselves. They want a strong fella who plants his feet firmly on the ground and sticks by his choices. Sure, they might give you a bit of lip and argue, but that's just a test of your mettle. You've all seen those cheesy romance films, right? Well, I'm not knocking the hard work that goes into making them, but when you've got a minute, pay attention to the leading man in those flicks, especially in those Korean dramas. You'll notice the main attractions, the ones who have the women falling over them, are always quiet and seem to have a stick up their arses. That's the filmmaker's idea of what makes a dominant man. I'm not suggesting you lot go out there and slather pomade on your faces for that shiny look, but you get the gist. Dominance ain't as common as it used to be, and the sad truth is that there are loads of fake blokes out there claiming to be alpha males. You know, the ones who learn how to be an alpha from the cringy YouTube videos about Sigma males. Newsflash, you ain't a Sigma, you're just a total pillock. But at the end of the day, ladies love a genuine alpha, and even those pretending wankers can't help but admire them too. 2. Pursue your purpose. Listen up, lads. As upstanding gents, which I reckon you all are, focusing on your mission should always come before chasing after birds. Picture this. You're a skilled assassin, life's peachy, and one day, a loaded bloke hands you a wad of cash to off arrival. As you're preparing for this delightful assignment, you decide to pay a visit to a smoking hot lass. You chat for a while, and she asks you to stick around with her. Naturally, your head starts spinning and your guts are doing the bloody cha-cha. You choose to stay and get a piece of the action. Sure, you had a grand time with her, but you might lose the respect she has for you in the process. Here's the thing, women are wired to fall for blokes who can put their purpose above everything else, showing her he won't be swayed. Initially, she might throw a fit and give you the cold shoulder, but deep down, she'll be turned on by your resolve. I want you boys to be top-notch lads, so plant your feet firmly and watch as things improve for the better. Take a gander at blokes like Elon Musk. The man's got a clear goal. His plans might be a bit out there, but that's a fella with laser focus. Learn a thing or two from him. The problem with modern-day men is they've taken their masculinity, dropped trowel, and left it in the dustbin. They let birds control their actions, which is just not how it should be. 3. A mindset of abundance. I've got to ask, what the bloody hell is wrong with some of you gents? You've read a library's worth of books on mindset and motivation, but your brains still work like a bloody broken coffee machine. Even if you haven't cracked open a single book, I'm sure you've stumbled across a video or two. Yet there are countless blokes wandering around with a defeatist attitude. How in the world do you expect to make something of yourself with that mindset? The mind is a powerful weapon, capable of suppressing pain if you believe it doesn't hurt. Still not convinced? Just take a look at those monks who stroll across fiery coals without so much as a whimper. Many lads out there believe that prime opportunities for love and lust are rarer than a unicorn sighting, and that's just turned a generation of young men into needy saps. Here's the honest truth. A scarcity mindset is about as attractive to birds as a pile of steaming dog shite. A bloke with an abundance of mentality won't curl up in bed and bawl his eyes out like a princess when he loses something. But I'm not talking about irreplaceable losses, mind you. But if you let a lady walk out of your life without shedding a tear, it shows you understand the abundance mindset. And that, my friends, is a bloody chick magnet. There's no need to get all sappy. There are plenty of birds out there for you. Fact is, women are drawn to men who grasp the concept of abundance. If you treat a bird like you're a needy git, she'll fly the coop. But let her go. Show her you've got better things to do than whinge, and she might just stick around. Birds crave attention like it's their lifeblood, and that's something we all know deep down. 4. Status. Let's face it, lads and lasses, we all love cozying up to someone with a bit of status. Doesn't matter if you're a bloke or a bird, having a mate who can hold their own and call the shots with style makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. It's why we treat high-status folks like royalty, even if it's against our better judgment. It's just bloody hardwired into our noggins. Now brace yourself for a tough pill to swallow, and have some water handy. You'll need it. When you're a man of status, attracting girls is as easy as a walk in the park on a sunny day. If a bird's brain is telling her you ain't worth a shite, she'll avoid you like the plague. Take musicians, for example, the ones who blow up overnight. They're worshipped by millions, not because they're particularly good-looking, but because they got something to offer. So lads, stop obsessing over your looks and focus on what you bring to the table. No need to sob into your pillow every night just because some bird ignores you. Get a splash of status and watch how quickly they forget your mug. Consider it an attention diversion tactic. Now, I'm not suggesting you become a bloody rock star or some such nonsense. Status is available to anyone in any walk of life. Take a gym, for instance. A bird trying to shed a few pounds is gonna be more interested in the bloke who commands attention and slings on like a champ. And here's a free tip. Use the bloody internet to your advantage. It's one thing to listen to all this advice, and it's another to put it into practice. So don't just toss this wisdom aside. Follow these steps and let me know how it goes in the comments. And be a proper lad. Watch this video, cause we're just getting warmed up.